Hello, my fellow griefers and trolls. Eric the Plague Doctor, 981YT here, or as I'm known on Twitch, Plague Doctor 98TTV. And beekos, welcome back to more Elder Scrolls Online, my favorite multiplayer game of all time. Now, in this one, we're gonna be doing a couple new things. There's a new prologue quest, so naturally we're gonna be doing that. I might want to get the potions I accidentally deposited earlier out, so... Yeah, we're gonna be doing this new prologue quest with Sharp as Night.
Let's take a trip off the main roads.
There is a lot coming in this new update they got coming out. They are going to be dealing with they're going to be dealing with subclasses, though it's more accurate to call it multi-classes and a whole bunch of crazy shit. The Argonians will be getting focus. It is looking spicy for the next content. But anyway, let's read this. The Fighters Guild is on high alert. Guild halls have been attacked, and Guildmaster Merrick at Swala has disappeared. The worst crisis since the plane meld is upon us, and we could use the help of able adventurers. If you are available and interested, meet Prince Azah in Davin's Watch, Daggerfall, or Volkiel Guard. Depending on your alliance, he has been training under Guildmaster Merrick and can provide the latest information on the situation. We're in Volkiel Guard, though, but it is looking like we need to go to Davin's Watch, since we are Ebonheart Pact. And I do have a bit of stick drift going on. If you've been watching my Deceit 2 videos, you'll know that it can get pretty bad at times. So just yeah, if I do something stupid, that's usually why.
What?
Alright, Princess Za, hello.
Friend, your timely arrival gives me hope that the sands of disaster can finally be turned. The Fighters Guild is under assault. 4 guild halls have already fallen, and now Guildmaster Merrick has disappeared. We need to find him before all is lost.
Who attacked our guild halls?
No one has claimed credit for the attacks, and evidence has been lacking. It makes no sense. Still, I expect more and more attacks at any time. Without Master Merrick, our guild could fall. It's our biggest crisis since the plane meld.
What do you mean Merrick has disappeared?
Just that. I was supposed to meet him here, but he never arrived. Most of the guild is securing the remaining halls, but with you here, we can track down the guildmaster and stop these attacks. The guild needs you, comrade. Will you answer the call?
Alright, let's find Guildmaster Merrick and stop the attacks.
I've received conflicting reports from trusted guild scouts. Merrick has supposedly been sighted in Malabal Tor, northern Alakir Desert, and East March. Obviously, he can't be everywhere. Choose a location to investigate and meet the scout there.
I'm ready to go look for Guildmaster Merrick.
Merrick is many things, but mage is not one of them. I trust the scouts, but he could not be in 3 distant places at the same time. I need you to make your best guess. Pick a location and see if you can find our missing guildmaster.
Oh, this is weird and kinda new. A supportive, compassionate response, a harsh, surly, or tough response, merciful, ruthless, and vindictive. Equip, ironic, or comedic in response to an NPC, flirty. Oh, God, they added flirty. Oh, dear. Let's be this, because Ojel Griel is a very grim character to anyone who's not an Argonian.
You dare question my commitment to Master Merrick? I've spent days trying to find him, but in the Guildmaster's absence, someone has to keep the rest of the guild on track, coordinate defenses, deploy our scouts. You agreed to do a job, so get to it.
Alright, what do the reports from Mola Baltor
A
say?
guild scout talked to hunters, who said they spotted Merrick near Volkwasten. That area contains many nooks and crannies among the rocks to hide in, and Daedra roamed the vicinity as well. Do you think Merrick could be searching there?
What about the reports from the Alakir?
Both Merrick and I know the desert well, but I have no idea why he would go there. Still, a guild scout claims to have spotted him in Sentinel's outskirts. If you decide this is the spot, I suggest you search for him among the cliffs there.
Alright.
A guild scout says Merrick was spotted outside Windhelm, a place of snow and ice, and Merrick hates the cold. Still, if some clue pointed here, he wouldn't let a little weather stop him. Do you think Merrick searches for our enemy in Eastmarch?
Yeah, we could go to Eastmarch,
Mimi
why
is a
not?
fast and faithful mount. She can get you to the location quickly. I'll send word to the guild scout. They'll meet you and help you search for Merrick. Then they can get word back to me while I follow up with the other reports. Good luck. I would be surprised if you didn't, comrade. What can I tell you, bearing in mind that our understanding of the facts is incomplete at best?
What are you doing in the Fighters Guild?
After the events in the Alakir Desert and the Plain Meld crisis, my father, King Faharajad, thought I should learn more about the wider world. Preparation for one day ruling in his stead, I suppose. So I joined the Fighters Guild. They fought well during the Plain Meld crisis, and they do not take sides in the ongoing Alliance War. Where better to hone my skills and learn about the world? Guildmaster Merrick took me under his wing. He is like a second father to me. I respect Guildmaster Merrick and care about all my guild comrades. Merrick is a hard taskmaster, but he is fair and honorable. He's taught me many and many things. It did not feel right to leave him, but he gave me a task and I had to complete it. As I understand it, he hasn't changed much since becoming Guildmaster. I know he has mixed feelings about how he got the position, but he's been a shining example for the Guild. There's no one I'd rather serve, no one I'd rather learn from. We were following up on the attacks, but not getting very far. He sent me to file a report with the Guild. Then I was supposed to meet him here. He never arrived. When I informed the Guild of the situation, the scouting reports started coming in. Devastatingly brutal affairs, and thorough. Not a single survivor. And we only found the remains of guild members. The attackers must take their dead, or they strike so fast that no one can react. But how were they able to get past the defenses?
What do you mean?
Guild halls are well defended. They're filled with some of the best fighters in all of Tamriel. Assaults at the entrances would create damage, but there's no evidence of such. It's like they walked right in and suddenly attacked from deep inside.
But how could that have happened?
Guildmaster Merrick and I were trying to figure that out. I can only assume that he discovered something and followed after it, which is why he isn't here. Something so urgent, he could leave no note. We need to find Merrick and get some answers.
All right.
Hey, the prince sent you? Let's talk.
Scardo! Long time no see.
That little princess I'll never mentioned he was sending you to meet me. How the tusk have you been, pal? And no, hold that thought. We got work to do.
I like seeing Scordo again. Like I don't feel like I even really got to know this character. I remember him. Granted, I've done the main story like the whole base game storyline like 23 times, but I remember him, but I don't like remember much about him, if that makes sense.
Guild Scout, Bruiser, and General Pain in the arse. At least that's what Merrick calls me. While most of the guilds settled in to defend the remaining guild halls, I volunteered to stay in the field.
So what's the sitch?
I was looking into the attacks on the Fighters Guild when word reached me that the Little Prince had lost our guildmaster. When I heard rumors that someone who matched Merrick's description was in the area, I sent my report and started to investigate.
And what have you found?
Trappers warming themselves in a Windhelm tavern claimed to see someone who looked like Merrick out this way. Said he was intense, like a man on a mission. I got this far and decided to wait for you. The trail leads east, so that's where we're going.
I see you're still out punching everything that makes you even the slightest bit annoyed.
Nothing wrong with that. It's healthy even. I met a healer once who said that bottling up your emotions gives you worms. Don't worry about humors. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I hit him when he tried to put a swamp jelly on my head.
Oh, that's a mood. That's a mood. I feel that. Do anything interesting since the last time we ran into each other?
Oh, you know, a little of this, a bit of that. Mostly been working with the Fighters Guild. Merrick's a good leader, and there's always something to fight. It's in the name, after all. But these attacks... someone's definitely out to destroy the guild.
Alright, let's hop on our mount and bibbity bobbity boo. Ooh, a trap. Let's examine this.
Yep, that's one of Merrick's all right. Uses them when he's too busy to stop at a proper inn. Let's keep going. That camp looks promising. See what those papers are all about.
Many days have passed since I started investigating the attacks on the Fighters Guild. Multiple guild halls suffered heavy casualties with no sign of forced entry, though a series of informants I learned several details. This is what I know so far. An unknown enemy powerful enough to wipe out an entire guild hall is attacking the Fighters Guild. Clues discovered since I started my private investigation point to this same enemy showing interest in Rivenspire for some as yet undisclosed reason. An informant provided directions to a possible campsite used by the unknown enemy. A simple map sketch follows. Okay. I was supposed to meet Prince Azah, but time is of the essence. I need to strike before the unknown enemy slips away again. The young prince has been an excellent student and will be fine on his own. Hopefully when next we meet, I'll know who the attackers are, and we can rally the guild to deal with them once and for all.
Merrick went after the enemy by himself? That spot on the map. It's north of here. tell by all the dead bodies.
You
That
there?
armor.
I could use some
It
help.
can't be that. How about you tell my friend what happened
That
here?
Fighters Guild warrior was a storm of fury. Left me alive so I could tell some prince what happened here. But neither of you looks much like a prince to me.
Fighters Guild warrior? You mean Guildmaster Merrick? Tell us what happened.
Revenge happened. We misjudged the Guildmaster's skill and his anger. He let me live when I renounced the Order of the Black Worm. What you call the Worm Cult made me swear to tell Princess Ah everything I know.
The prince sent me in his place. Tell me what you know.
I don't think so. Not quite yet. My pain is great. Get me something to ease my suffering. Then, I'll share what I know.
Pain is a great motivator. Say what you know, then we'll help you.
You bastard! The pain is too great. I'll pass out or die before I can tell you everything I know. And then where will you be? Please, help me. And we'll both get what we want.
I'm done discussing this. Talk now, or Scordo here will make your suffering significantly worse.
Alright, you bastards. I'm done with all this anyway. No promise of powers worth dying for. The Order of the Black Worm has returned to take vengeance on the Fighters Guild, the Mages Guild, and all of Tamriel.
So where's the Guildmaster now?
I told him that our leader, Mazama, had business with Magister Andrello at the Cold Moon Inn in Windhelm. But he left before I could tell him the rest.
This little worm claims he's renounced his evil ways. Guess I won't gut him like I planned. No Merrick yet, but feels like we're getting closer. Go over what we just learned.
The Worm Cult has returned to take vengeance on the Fighters and Mages Guild and all of Tamriel.
The damn worm cult is really back. I thought they scattered after we stopped the plane meld. And you'd hear about a few remnants, but nothing significant. Not like this. And he said they had a new weapon. What the tusk is a Soul Reaper anyway?
The cultists said their leader had business with a Magister Andrello at the Cold Moon Inn.
That's in Windhelm, the stone building, right by the southern stables. How about you find this Magister? Find out what business she has with Mazama, and if she's seen Merrick. I'll collect Wimi and wait for you outside the inn.
Alright, I'll meet you outside after I talk to the Magister.
I never expected the enemy to be the Worm Cult. Thought they were finished after we stopped the plane meld. Obviously, Merrick has a plan to crush them. Let's get to Windhelm and the Cold Moon Inn and see what this Magister can tell us. I thought so, pal. They were leaderless after you and the companions beat the evil bastard Marco. When our little trip to Cold Harbor stopped Molag Bal's plane meld, the Worm Cult should have died.
They honestly, I'm not even surprised they're back, because, like, they're back in Oblivion. Marco is the main antagonist of Elder Scrolls 2. Like, they're kind of like, it's very hard to keep these fuckers pinned down.
I guess we forced them underground, but didn't squish them hard enough. Let's catch up with Merrick so we can do just that. Look for me outside after you talk to the Magister. I have a few more thoughts I want to share with this boy.
Almost ran right past it.
Heard you fought a fierce battle in Direfrost Keep, New Blood.
Ooh,
Our brethren
if I win
said
a contest,
they heard
can I get a
fierce
medal?
storms
I
raging
like
before you
medals.
emerged. Must have been an epic battle.
You should rest, Magister Andrello. That incident has you all out of sorts.
You're not the usual serving wench. Where's the tonic I requested? I need something to settle my nerves. Oh, what else can befall me today? One more interruption and I'll never make it to Shornhelm on time.
Did you by chance have business with someone recently named Mizama?
I have no idea who that might be. One moment I was about to board a coach to Shornhelm when a strange woman stopped me and looked deeply into my eyes. The next I was waking up here, feeling awful and very much put out.
What about Merrick of the Fighters Guild?
That was the second interruption. Merrick spouted nonsense about the worm cult, even as my apprentice spouted nonsense about seeing me board the coach to Shornhelm while he was carrying me here. Merrick ran off, chasing after the coach, I presume.
So Merrick must be on his way to Shornhelm.
Apprentice, arrange another coach. We must be off after I finish my tonic. Where's that damn serving wench? A mage of my standing can't miss the meeting at the Mages Guild Hall. It would be unseemly. Forget I said that. There is no meeting.
Tell me more about the woman who interrupted you.
She stepped out of the shadows and blocked my path as I walked to the coach. I remember her unsettling eyes as she stared at me. After that, I awoke in here. If she used some spell to take my form, she must be a powerful mage indeed.
Did you find the Magister, pal? I think I demonstrated a lot of restraint, waiting out here and not going inside for an ale or two. Any luck finding Magister Andrello?
Yes, she met a strange woman and woke up inside, even as her apprentice watched her leave town.
That's a strange story. And the woman, it could have been Mizama. Did the Magister say anything about Guildmaster Merrick?
She told Merrick that someone who looked like her took the coach to Shornhelm. He went after it.
Wait. Merrick's notes mentioned that the enemy was interested in Rivenspire. Shornhelm's in Rivenspire. What could the worm cult be after in that part of the world?
The Magister let slip that the Mages Guild is having some sort of meeting there.
And Razawir the Cultist told us the worm cult wants revenge on the Mages Guild as well as the Fighters Guild. This is bad. Let's get to the Shornhelm Mages Guild and try to catch up with Merrick.
Right, I'll meet you in
If
Shornhelm.
you need quick transport to Shornhelm's Mages Guild, take Weemy. I'm sure Prince Azar won't mind. And even if he did, he's not here to stop you. I'll send word to the little prince and meet you there. It's about time I punched something.
Why do you think Merrick is dealing with this on his own?
What, do I look like a mind reader to you? If I had to guess, he got word of this latest plot and he's been following it non-stop. No time to call for help when the worm cult apparently has a new weapon and plans to take revenge against the guilds.
And now the Guildmaster is heading to the Shornhelm Mages Guild.
And we need to go help him. Sure, Merrick got the drop on a small camp of worm cultists, but they've already destroyed 4 of our guild halls. He's a great fighter, but whatever they have planned for Shornhelm might be too much even for him.
I appreciate the Fighters Guild coming to our aid, Prince Azar.
Gabrielle!
Scordo, I came as soon as I received your message.
Gabriel! Azar! The worm cult is going to attack the Mages Guild!
They're already here. Merrick arrived before you and the prince. He ran down to help.
The attack's begun
It's
and
good to
Merrick
see
ran
you,
down
friend.
there.
But we have a situation. Somehow assailants infiltrated a private meeting beneath the guild hall and caught some of our most influential mages unawares. Merrick arrived and raced to help, but... Did Scordo say worm cult?
Yes, the Order of the Black Worm is back and seeking revenge against the guilds.
How can that... We eradicated them, didn't we? A threat of this magnitude must be crushed swiftly. The mages and Merrick can use our help. Can I count on you to join the fight?
God, Stickdrift. Those worm cult bastards think they know death. I'll show them the true meaning of the word.
A little on the dark side, but I totally understand the sentiment. I've dealt with the worm cult before myself.
I was there, Gabrielle, I know.
The
I
door
was
to the
there.
underground chambers is right over there. Be careful.
Go, comrade. We need to help the guild master. Let's look for Guildmaster Merrick, but be ready to take down any cultist he sees.
I saw another Red Guard from the Fighters Guild. He headed toward the meeting chambers.
Just like at our guild halls, no obvious sign of forced entry, yet clear signs of battle.
Thank the divines, I'm safe.
Oh, those are other players. Okay.
The Mages Guild built all this under Shornhill?
I can't believe the worm cult
I
has
wonder if the
returned.
people know what lies beneath their feet. Did you feel that? Hurry! Through those doors ahead.
That Fighters Guild warrior, he sliced through the attackers and ran farther in.
Look! Across the chasm! Guildmaster Merrick! The worm cult has him! Let my mentor go, foul creature!
Stop, mortal! The Soul Reaper is not yet stable!
Merrick! No! That explosion! Stendar, preserve him! Merrick was caught in the blast!
A dead mortal's appearance is no good to me. Come, we're done here.
As you wish, Mizama.
No! Merrick can't be dead! We need to reach him!
Mizama is
Stendar, please! Merrick can't be dead!
a harvester.
He just can't. By the gods! Merrick! Merrick's dead. By the swords of my forefathers, I will make the worm cult pay.
I came as quick as I... Oh no. Merrick. The Magisters. What happened?
Merrick destroyed the worm cult device. It exploded and killed him. Comrade, please. Search the area and gather Guildmaster Merrick's weapons.
To the faithful of the Order who still linger in the shadows, our time rises once more. Events unfold far from here that shall resurrect the glorious Order of the Black Worm. Its power shall grow 100-fold in the days that follow. We must come together now. Gather all still loyal to our cause and purpose. Join us in the worm nest. On the northern coast of Rivenspire, you can enter the lair through the cove south of the lighthouse. We will take our well-deserved revenge on the Fighters Guild, the Mages Guild, and all of Tamriel for the Worm King. They're doing this in Metamarco's name.
Let me see.
Soul Reaper.
I'll teleport the remains of that horrid device upstairs for study.
Merrick would polish that shield for hours. It was almost a ritual for him. That was his father's sword. Merrick wielded it proudly. What a loss. Merrick was our leader, my mentor. Practically a father to me since I joined the Fighters Guild. Thank you for gathering his sword and shield. Strange, though, that a Daedra was leading these worm cultists. What was that note you found?
One of the cultists must have dropped it. It's a summons for them to gather at a worm nest.
Let me see. A worm cult nest on Rivenspire's northern coast? Stendarr blesses us with another foolish enemy, quick to put their plans to paper. First, however, we must go to the Fighters Guild Hall in Shornhelm. Tell Skordo what befell Merrick.
Use the nearby doors to leave. When you assault the worm nest, the Mages Guild will join you. You have my word.
As the guilds first defeated the worm cult, so shall we do so again. But that device, a Daedra named Mazama called it a Soul Reaper.
Soul Reaper, We'll study it and determine its exact purpose.
Gabrielle, can you help me take care of Guildmaster Merrick?
Of course, Princessa.
That's just a candle, not a book.
Ready.
Princessa, the guild hall's on high alert. I was about to lead a contingent of fighters to the Mages Guild.
The battle's over, Skordo. Guildmaster Merrick is dead.
What? Not Merrick? Hey, pal, tell me what happened. That can't be right. What Princess Ah said. Merrick can't be dead. Tell me this is some sort of bad joke, pal.
It's true. Merrick saved the Mages Guild and destroyed the Soul Reaper. He died when it exploded.
Those Tuscan bastards! I came back here to rally the troops, but I should have gone down there with you! I could have saved Merrick, damn it! This is bad. What's the guild gonna do without its guildmaster? And at a time like this?
Skordo, focus. Here's Merrick's sword and shield. Gabrielle took care of his body.
Oh, right, of course. Merrick loved these. They were family heirlooms. He was proud to wield them in service to the greater good. He was always spouting nonsense like that. All right. Tell me that you and the prince have a plan to make someone pay.
We learn that there's a worm nest close by on the coast of northern Rivenspire.
Guildmaster Merrick is really dead, Skordo. I don't know how we're going to stop the worm cult without him. Skordo's correct. This is bad. How are we going to stop Mazama and the worm cult without Guildmaster Merrick to guide us?
We have to do something.
I hear your words, but my mind is a storm of emotions. Merrick, my friend, my mentor, he died and I couldn't save him. I wasn't even at his side. I wasn't there to help him when he needed me the most. Stendarr, help me. I don't know what to do.
Snap out of it, Azah. Show some damn courage and avenge your fallen comrades.
You dare speak to a prince of the realm like that? Using harsh words to ignite the fires of anger? And burn away the depression that was dampening my resolve. Well done. We may have lost Merrick, but we're not done yet. Thank you for reminding me.
Of course.
Your words were like a raging fire in the forest, incinerating the despair that was strangling my soul. Before we take action, I want to commend you and reward you for your service, and ask that you stay to finish this with us. For Merrick, your strong reproach made me realize that the world doesn't stop just because someone we respected and cared about is no longer with us. We know who the enemy is and where to find them. The time has come to take the battle to the worm cult.
What's the plan?
The note we discovered talked about a worm nest on the northern coast of Rivenspire. We must gather our forces, storm their lair, and deal with the worm cult leader, Mazama.
The note could have been left as a trap.
Perhaps, but I don't think so. Everything happened quickly after Merrick destroyed the Soul Reaper and Mazama retreated. The job I hired you for ended when we found Merrick, but I'd like to extend your employment. Help us assault the worm cult nest.
I'll help you destroy the worm cult and defeat Mizama.
Pardon the interruption. Vanis Galarian would like to talk to you. He's right outside.
Ugh! Galarian.
Leader of the
Good
Mages Guild?
lord.
Is it? Welcome, Vanis. We're glad to be working alongside you and your guild again.
There's no time for niceties, Azar. You there, come speak to me. A pleasure to see you again, friend, despite the dire circumstances. Thank
His
you for
outfit got
purging
an
our
upgrade.
sanctum of the worm cult infestation. Reliable as ever, I see. Please, describe everything you experienced during the attack. Spare
Yeah,
no detail.
I like this new look for Vanis, not gonna lie. This is a upgrade as far as I'm concerned. But is his personality still a narcissistic jackass? Let's see. The Daedra Mizama led the attack. She tried to cast a spell on Merrick, but it failed when he died.
Yes. Gabriel called Mizama snake-like. My extensive knowledge of Daedra tells me that she's likely a harvester, known for their illusion magic. I suspect that's how she got into our sanctum undetected. Tell me, how did Merrick die?
Merrick broke free of the spell and attacked the Soul Reaper. It exploded and killed him.
Merrick was a great warrior, but also reckless. Attacking an unknown arcane device. Clearly a miscalculation. An intact Soul Reaper would have revealed more than the shards we recovered. Had he waited for you to intervene, he might still be alive.
Oh! I have been waiting to say these words to this man. Merrick died to save your guild hall. Show a little compassion, you arrogant twit.
Compassion has no place in events of this magnitude. How does a single life compare to hundreds, nay, thousands at stake from the worm cult machinations? I mourn Merrick's loss, but the facts remain the same. Now, where is the worm cult nest?
Oh, that is like a huge rush of clarity. Oh, that is satisfying. I get to call him that out, like, actually in the game. That's... Oh, I have been wanting to say that. Oh, God. Thank you for this update, Zenimax. I love you.
I know that lighthouse well, and am aware of a cove to the south. Let me mark it on your map. We'll meet you there after I conclude my business with Prince Azah and Skordo. No guild can function without a guild master. Not even the Fighters Guild.
What other business do you have with Prince Azah and Skordo?
Isn't it obvious? With Merrick dead, someone needs to take the reins of the Fighters Guild until their ponderously slow council can select a new guild master. Since they're in the thick of it, Skordo and Prince Azah are the most likely candidates.
And you can appoint one of them as the leader of the Fighters Guild?
Certainly not, and I wouldn't presume. But in this time of trouble, We need a stable and functioning fighters guild to stand against the worm cult. Prince Azar has leadership training and was taught by Guildmaster Merrick. He's the clear choice.
Okay, well, that makes sense. Alright, Vanis, what have you been up to since we last met?
What haven't I been up to? I am Tamriel's greatest living mage, after all. I had just started to get inclinations that the worm cult might not be as finished as we thought when word reached me about the attacks on the guild halls. I am beyond annoyed.
I'm Tamriel's greatest living mage. God. Nice to see that he hasn't changed much.
Just that I wish we had an intact one to study. They've been appearing throughout the land at sites where the worm cult is engaging in hostile actions. Ever since Manamarco started his Order of the Black Worm, they've been nothing but trouble.
What other business do you have with... sorry, we've already seen that.
The Fighters Guild requires leadership. I suggest Prince Azar take command until your council can select a new guildmaster.
He's right, Azar. And you know the rest of the guild is more likely to follow you than they are me.
As much as I want to be there with you, I see the wisdom in Vanis's words. I'll stay behind to command the guild.
Could you help me out?
Alright. Where are we going? Right over there.
Let's ride. Eyes up.
No screeching feral hag raven and her bandit.
Oh, that's an ally. Okay.
Damn,
right.
Make finding their nest easy.
Keep looking. The nest must be here somewhere. Ah, the nest entrance.
I've got a slight feeling they're planning to resurrect Manamarco, just because I know he shows up later in the timeline when the main series kicks off. So I just have a feeling that's the goal they're working towards.
We'll draw less attention and hurry our search for Mazama.
We'll go west.
Never a dull moment.
I sense illusion magic beyond the crumbled wall. Find the source.
You weren't keeping score, were you? Me neither.
Alright, Fuck is this?
Yes, there's something here. I'll dispel the illusion.
Worm Cult Journal.
A hidden journal.
Okay, what does this say?
What does it say?
Today we finished the reallocation of our research operation to the abandoned ruins in Rivenspire. The Order of the Black Worm used this nest for years without drawing notice. It was only abandoned after the plane meld was interrupted. At Mizama's command, we reclaimed it to continue our development of the Soul Reaper devices in secret. The journal tracks our ongoing results. Some confuse soul magic with necromancy, but our work on the Soul Reapers proves they are indeed separate disciplines. They cross over in some areas, though, honestly. Fortunately, the Order doesn't lack for practitioners in either field. Imbuing the structure with necrotic energies allows it to sense the proximity of the recently dead, which triggers the soul gems within to activate. Then the altered gems pull the soul toward the device. In the first iteration, the gems merely stored the fresh soul. This wasn't desired, as it limited the amount of souls a Reaper could capture. Our current experiments seek to propel the captured soul to a specific location of our choosing. After many hours of study, prolonged ritual preparations, and the valued deaths of many from our order, the Soul Reaper's work is planned. Now, when a mortal dies near a Reaper, the Reaper captures the soul and sends it to a secure location. Our next step is to produce as many of these devices as possible so we can deploy them anywhere in Tamriel. Once the Soul Reaper senses a fresh kill, it automatically activates. Members of the Order only need to continue sacrificing, and it will transport souls indefinitely. The Soul Reaper destroyed the Fighters Guild, a leader beneath the Mages Guild, revealed an interesting flaw in the current design. Now, just smashing a Soul Reaper before it has fully stabilized all the necrotic energy flowing into it results in a devastating explosion, such as the one that killed the Fighters Guild leader. We discovered upon further examination that should an unenlightened enemy get near a Soul Reaper, they can disable it by tearing out its core. This causes the Soul Reaper to deactivate and release its magic safely, causing the device to collapse without the resulting explosion. Additional iteration should find ways to overcome this flaw.
A means to deactivate the Soul Reapers. But where do they funnel souls to? Let's keep searching. Come, I shall augment your attacks.
This is interesting, though.
Give him a fight.
I offer my great strength. Let my magic empower you.
Your strength is great, but mine is greater,
Deep have these
Vanus.
disgusting worms burrowed.
Very deep, it would appear.
Look, past the gate. Captives from the Mages Guild.
Resist if you want. We take your soul either way.
The device siphoned their souls. A horrid death. We must destroy that Soul Reaper. Let my magic empower you! Destroy that abomination! Tear out its core as the journal described. Excellent. They can be destroyed without triggering a fatal explosion. Now that I witnessed a Soul Reaper firsthand, the scope of the danger becomes quite clear. This goes beyond the threat to the Fighters and Mages Guilds. But what is the Worm Cult's ultimate goal?
You must have some notion about what the Worm Cult truly wants. After all, Vanus, according to the lore, formed the Mages Guild to counter the Worm Cult, so, you know, I mean, he would know.
I have contended with the Worm Cult longer than anyone. Based on previous encounters, they usually seek something disastrous. The more information we learn down here, the better. I sense illusion magic nearby. Let's search this room for its source. The illusion is behind that altar, along the wall. What can we learn from this scroll?
They thought us dead, but what is death to the Order of the Black Worm, or to a Daedra such as I? It is no ending, no blockade, merely a temporary state during which one can hoard power. We all know the dead contain energies to be harnessed. The Order was no different. We gathered our strength and emerged from the ground, invigorated, hungry for revenge. We have worked in darkness and silence, gathered our resources and built new tools. Now our time has come to emerge from hiding, deploy the Soul Reapers, and siphon every soul from across Tamriel, to restart our great and terrible work, to prove our loyalty to Lord Molag Bal so that we may again his favor, may gain his favor for our plans.
A singular focus on the destruction of every living being. They must be stopped. By the stars. So many Reapers. They could blanket all of Tamriel. The Fighters Guild contingent. All dead. Wait. Let me take a look at that sword. It's Scordo's blade, all right. I'd know his tough, stubborn aura anywhere, and the sword reeks of it. He wouldn't have parted with his weapon, not unless he had no choice. Our task now shifts from gathering information to rescuing Scordo the Knife.
But how do we find him?
By doing something reckless. We must split up. I suspect time is of the essence, and I won't see another member of the Fighters Guild fall this day. Take the eastern hallway, and be careful. Illusions abound in this place.
Okay. I have a feeling that there's something more to just the destruction of life. Like, that's very on brand for the Worm Cult. But like I said earlier, like, I've got a very strong feeling Metamarco is gonna come up. Because you can't really have one without the other, from what I've learned. The Worm Cult was present in Oblivion, long after their defeat at the hands of the Mages Guild. They were semi-present in Daggerfall, because, you know, Metamarco wanted to become a god, but that's on brand for him. That's nothing fucking new. And, you know, the Worm Cult, like, reveres him as a god,
Scordo,
so...
You're injured.
No, Varnus! I'm over here! That's not me!
Oh, they're kidnapping him.
My master demands your presence.
Dragging Varnus into a portal!
The Great Mage does not fall easily.
You can't have him, creature!
Protect the staff!
First the mage's head, next the fighter's heart.
Varnus is
The fighter's
gone.
heart.
Mazama took him.
He's going after Prince Azah.
Let's figure this out, pal. Mazama ambushed me, cast a spell, and I blacked out. I woke up feeling wrung dry, like how you described Magister Andrello. I guess that's what it feels like when the snake takes your appearance.
She used your appearance to trick us and capture Vanus.
Yeah, but I think she's planning more than that. Did you hear what she said about the fighter's heart? What do I know? I can't even keep my friends safe. It's all falling apart, pal. I don't think we're gonna beat the worms this time.
Okay, I'm not gonna go mean. That just because, you know, my character, while intimidating, he's still a compassionate person, even though he's a bit of an asshole. So yeah. That doesn't sound like the Scordo the Knife I know. You're not to blame. We can still win this.
Can't even let me have a moment, huh, pal? But yeah, I'm still better at punching people than anyone I know. Present company excluded.
That's what I thought.
Let's get the tusk out of here.
That's what I fucking thought,
Gabrielle
boy.
can portal us somewhere, and we can make a plan. How do you feel about a portal, Gabrielle?
Of course. One portal.
Did
to
he just
Shornhouse Mage's
mispronounce her
Guild
name?
coming up.
Oh, that's funny.
No apologies, Scordo. We'll get Varnus back.
I would rather listen to the whole dialogue, but it's whatever.
Tell me, what happened? Where's Varnus?
I'll let our
I
friend
came as
free.
soon as I received Gabrielle's summons, just in time to see you all return. But where's Varnus? And why do Gabrielle and Scordo look so haggard? What happened at that worm nest, comrade?
Vanus and I discovered a way to safely destroy the Soul Reapers. and we know their purpose.
We can destroy the Soul Reapers without unleashing a killing explosion? That's excellent news. I can't wait to hear the details. But what do they actually do? And by the swords of my forefathers, tell me what happened to Varnus.
The Reapers steal souls. The cult has enough to cover Tamriel. As for Vanus, the Harvester Mazama captured him.
Mizama and the Worm Cult captured Varnus Galarian, the leader of the Mages Guild and the greatest mage alive? You probably should have led with that, comrade. First Merrick, now Varnus. By Stendarr's beard, what other disasters can befall us?
Mazama took Skordo's form and said, "First the mage's head, next the fighter's heart," as she left.
The mage's head obviously refers to Varnus. As for the fighter's heart, she already killed Merrick. I'm just a temporary substitute for the duration of this crisis. What could she... Set's tears! She means to attack the Earth Forge!
Merrick and I forged a weapon at the Earth Forge once.
Merrick told me about that. You destroyed the Mortum Vivicus with the weapon, yes? So you know the power of the Earth Forge. Mizama can look like anyone, and she currently wears Skordo's form. She can walk right in. We need to get there now.
I can open a portal to the Earth Forge. Then Prince Azah and I have our own task to attend to.
We do. What can be more important than defending the Earth Forge and stopping...
Moloch's jawbone! The attack's already begun! Let's talk before we rush in blindly. Look at what Mizama and her worms have done! More of my comrades dead! I want to gut every last worm and leave them drowning in their own blood! This is my fault. All my fault.
What do you mean, Skordo? Mizama and the Worm Cult are to blame.
Sure, but I let myself get captured. Let Mizama use her illusion magic on me. You saw how she pretended to be me to capture Varnus. My guess is she's using the same trick here to infiltrate the Earth Forge.
That seems likely. But there may still be time to save whoever's still alive deeper inside.
Yeah, optimism. I suppose we need that right about now. Prince Azah's gonna want an intact fighters guild to lead, after Gabriel and him convinced the three alliances to join forces. That means it's up to us to save whoever's still alive here.
How do you want to proceed?
With extreme prejudice. Kill every worm cultist that crosses our path. Destroy those damn Soul Reapers. And then find Mizama and send her back to whatever oblivion pit she crawled out of. Let's get moving!
Let's not panic.
More Soul Reapers! Destroy them!
You good?
Damn worms!
Of
It's an
course you are.
infestation! Let's destroy...
Got your back.
Faster, pal! As long as Mizama's pretending to be me, my guildmates are dying! don't remember these corridors being so dismal. There! That's me! I mean, not me! Mazama! Get her!
I shattered you. Killed and captured your leaders. The Order of the Black Worm is victorious! Immortal! Destroying me won't stop our match!
Got to hang on. Let's see how you handle this.
Well done, friend. You made Mazama pay for Merrick and all the deaths she caused.
And it looks like the worms didn't get all my guildmates. That's something at least.
Good job taking down Mazama, but we're not safe yet. As Prince Azah and I were meeting with representatives of the three alliances, we received reports of Soul Reapers and Worm Cult attack squads appearing across Tamriel. It's bad out there.
So you convinced the three alliances to finally join together in combat against the Worm Cult?
Not exactly. Prince Azah and I were able to get the alliances to send ambassadors to Sturk, the same island where Vanis forged the agreement to attack Cold Harbor. But we're far from reaching such an agreement again. Frankly, we could use your help.
What do you need me to do?
Take my portal to Sturk and talk to your alliance's ambassador. Convince them that the Worm Cult threat is real and we need to work together to stop it. Prince Azah and I will lean on the other two and do the same.
Alright, I'll talk to my alliance's ambassador on Sturk.
I left the Alliance ambassadors alone on Sturk with Prince Azah. Let's go try to convince them.
Wow, this is nostalgic.
We need the three alliances to cooperate.
We got them to come to Sturk. That's a start. Now we just need to make them see reason.
Ambassadors, please. You must listen.
Those attacks in Oradon. Prince Azar says it's the Worm Cult.
What does it matter? We can't fight wars in both Cyrodiil and our sovereign territory.
Prince Azar said Gabriel was bringing the hero who uncovered this plot. Let's hear them out.
Okay.
Gabriel tells a compelling tale of necromancy and Daedric cults. But I am not yet convinced that the Pact is truly in danger. Why don't you elaborate on why I should believe that the Worm Cult has returned and is a significant threat to the land?
The Worm Cult has indeed returned. They're launching attacks throughout the continent with Soul Reaper devices.
Are you certain it's a resurrected Worm Cult, and not just the work of an insignificant handful of fanatics who refuse to accept defeat? Surely they can't be a threat to the powerful Ebonheart Pact?
4 fighters' guild halls were destroyed. Merrick was killed and Vanis Galarian has been captured.
That explains the obvious concern displayed by Prince Azar and Gabriel. Perhaps this threat is more dire than I anticipated. I'll bring this information to my superiors right away.
I'm sure I speak for my fellow diplomats when I say we will pass on the information, but can make no promises.
Vanis' staff. It's reacting to you, friend. Reach out and see what happens. Vanis!
Listen, everyone. My time is short. You must hear what I am very much relieved that my spell succeeded and reached you. And I see you've gathered the alliances. Good, good. Needless to say, the worm cult captured me. My spell won't last long, so listen closely to my instructions.
We're listening.
Zama teleported me and locked me in a cell. Reminds me of Cold Harbor, but also it doesn't. A problem for later. Listen, the Soul Reapers are just the start. The worm cult has a hidden nest. It's amassing forces to launch a devastating attack. My guards mentioned an isolated island called Solstice. If I learn more, I'll contact you again. But you must convince the alliances. They must join with the guilds again to stop this threat. If not, the worm cult will bring death to all of Nirn.
If even the great Vanus Galarian is worried about this threat, we have to act. Now.
There's no time to waste, comrade. Come, let us speak. Between your efforts and Vanus's message, the Alliance ambassadors finally seem willing to throw us their support. And from what Vanus told us, I suspect we'll need it. A rescue must wait. The threat hiding on Solstice is our first priority. Just as the alliances, guilds, and heroes of Tamriel joined forces on Stirk to end the plane meld, we must do so again to stop the worm cult on Solstice. Your actions were instrumental in revealing this threat. I hope we can count on you again.
It's clear now. We need to work together if we're to have any hope of defeating the worm cult.
Agreed. We must report back to our superiors and rally our forces.
And what should we call this newfound camaraderie?
How about the Stirk Fellowship? This island has a habit of being part of these things.
That's fucking ominous. Well, beekos, this is where I will end things, and I'll probably see you guys again when the new story starts. Can't really say chapter because they're doing it in parts now. It's going to be really interesting, so we're going to get little by little throughout the year from now on. But until then, bye!